Hi there, I'm Jack, and welcome to Cease and Dice-ist. In this episode, we're going to be cutting between scenes of my character, James Browning, and Ross's character, Skull Sky Beast, being introduced. I hope you enjoy the show. I was showing a guy his own severed head.
That's right, absolutely. And you were explaining that if he sort of does what you say...
Yeah, and I was...
And he now realises he's working for... Here's the thing.
Yeah.
He says one thing that kind of just pulls you back for a second. When he says about the rebellion, he mutters something under his breath. He says something about Liber and Terror. He says something like, goddamn Liber and Terror. You have no idea, as somebody working for the Earth Rebels, who Liber and Terror are.
But I know enough of my... crappy Latin and Greek that's forced into names of things to realise what you're saying, and it's like, well, I guess there's someone else involved. Just trying to think how my character would try and play off the fact that he's hearing stories of someone that, to my knowledge, absolutely, it's either someone else or it might just be...
This could be like the People's Judean Front rather than the...
Yeah, well, I was thinking it might even be a Kurgan false flag was my first instinct of if they hear all these stories about how awful the Terrans are in their rebellions, then no one's going to want to give them their planet back. Yeah. Because my character's quite jaded. Something to do with Cold War-esque spy makes him kind of jaded for some reason.
Yeah, can't imagine why.
Yeah. So... On hearing that, I'm going to lean in and say, everything you've heard about the rebels is from other people who don't want us to have our planet back. Right? I'm going to go out on a limb and say the things you've heard would have us kill you and stick you in a barrel without you even knowing we were there.
You don't want to do that. I can be really useful to you.
That's exactly it. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Because that's not who we are. We just want...
So what do we do? What do I do? What do you need me to do?
What I need you to do is just say you want to live. You want to live enough.
Of course I want
for
to live.
me to hand this severed head of yours over to the Kurgan, and you're going to get a new face. The doctor we've got is very familiar with Daleks. Don't worry, he's not going to make you look ridiculous. He's an expert. So yeah, I'm going to give you a new identity, but first you need to come with me to the spaceport and get on your ship. Not the ship you arrived on, but it's going to be your ship, because I'm going to pilot it to get us out of here.
Okay. So, he agrees.
Yeah. I zip up the...
You kind of made it, he can't really run.
Yeah.
Because if he runs, he's now a known quantity, known entity.
Yeah.
So he's sort of quite... I presume the obvious, you're going to disarm him and things like that.
I don't think I'm even going to disarm him. I think I've made it clear that he's completely screwed in this situation, and if people see him walking the streets in this place without a gun, they're going to know something's up.
Yep.
Whereas, I imagine when we get to the spaceport, he's going to be openly wearing the gun, he's going to shake hands with someone and just pass them a few creds, and it would be suspicious if he didn't try and do that. Yep. I want everything to go as smoothly as possible, and I think that is a reasonable amount of suspicious in this area.
Absolutely. The following morning, it's kind of... is there a ritual for Sky Beast? Are there certain things he does before going into a fight? Is it the same set of armour that he always wears?
No, he's not got anything about his armour, no. He actually has a morning ritual in terms of exercise.
Right. So does he just go for his jog around the ship and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
he's doing his, I don't know whether it's press-ups or sit-ups.
So there's probably
he does all of that stuff.
We get a really weird silent montagey bit where you come out your room, you start to run, and then as you go past the rooms of all your people, they slowly come out behind you, but nobody really says anything until you're jogging in like a V around the ship. Yeah. And everybody does the thing, and then everybody kind of just fist bumps one another. Yeah, and then you go finish your prep, and then eventually everybody, your breakfast, and everybody's pretty quiet and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then everybody comes into the what's called the drop room. It's kind of like the cargo bay that's man-modified. It's got like drop doors that allow you out. And you get your briefing, and it's kind of like, you know, the whole stream comes online, and there's the whole and they play all the circuit music and everything. It's like live coming at you. 15 different illegal stations across the galaxy. We bring you the latest circuit battle. And this sort of introduces like, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Here we go as excitement builds. It's just a few minutes now before the games will actually commence. So it's time to reveal where they're going to be fighting. And it's a beautiful, beautiful island. It's a sunny day here, and the cameras all switch on, and they show you an island. It looks like a sort of volcanic, classic Hawaiian volcanic island with a kind of volcano in the middle. And it's a small island. They don't tell you what planet, of course. They keep it all to themselves. But there's loads of already. You know, the Google equivalent in the hegemony is now going mad as people try and geolocate where it might be, and there's loads of people throwing up, well, it could be this planet, it could be this planet. Oh no, I think it's this. If you triangulate these things, whatever, it's all that kind of stuff. So there's already all this conjecture about where it might be. It's a 6 kilometre in diameter small island. And they've put things down on this island and stuff, and you've got 6 locations that you can start from. And basically, I've just drawn literally a circle, a rough circle
with numbers in it,
1, 6. And you can choose to drop into any one of those 6. So some of them do have buildings. So I'm going to say that 2 has buildings, and 5 has buildings, 4 has a factory. And 3 is woodland, 1 is the volcano itself, and 6 is the shoreline. So you don't get to choose, as in pick one that you're going to go into, so to speak. You get to roll the dice, and they're going to drop you.
Damn it. Do you know what I was going to go for? The volcano.
What were you going to go for? Okay, you're going to go for the volcano.
But now I'm going to roll it. But
it's the natural thing to want an evil lair, isn't it? You've just gone straight for the volcano.
It feels like the stupidest place to go.
Yeah.
But Kurgan, you know, he's brave. It's kind of matches his thing. So let's see where we go.
Ooh, 2. So nearly, and then like there's like the wheel of death kind of thing, and it's going to stop on the one,
nearly.
And it goes over, and it's actually what was somewhere with like old housing and stuff.
Right.
So it's like a built-up area.
Might be good for weaponry caches. Who knows?
Well,
maybe not.
There's hidden, you know, and as you know, there are caches hidden all over the island. Some could be anywhere. And they have all sorts of different things, everything from vehicles to machine guns to blades, all sorts of things. Who knows what they might have thrown in for this month's circuit game? So, and it shows. So you get area 1. Let's have a look.
Ooh. Face.
Okay. Yep. And the others are on theirs.
Right, I don't know where they are, do they?
No, you don't.
At this point. Do we see them vacating as we all as we're launched?
Yeah, you'll probably see. So the last thing you probably see on the feed is like you see them all drifting down.
Yeah.
So you might be able to make a
might
guess.
know if they were next to us, if they were literally going into the volcano next to us in the buildings. But my guess at the minute, I'm assuming my knowledge is they're not adjacent.
Deliberately drop you at the same times, of course.
No,
they don't necessarily drop you just 30 seconds after.
So no real intel on where they're going.
So. Well, you can. So there's like the countdown. The lights now are on amber, and then there's countdown. People who are on the ship but aren't dropping in, they sort of move to the sides and they kind of secure themselves in with safety belts so that they're safe on the ship. And then you guys are kind of in the middle, and you kind of put your arms across your chests, and then basically as it like dink, 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 and then it just boom, and the light go green and the floor. Right. And there's just that sickening lurch as your stomach's left behind as you just drop down, sort of plummet down. So you and Rekvo and the bowling ball bag leave the meat processing plant and head out to the starport. You know, he's pretty quiet now and stuff, and it's like, I can't believe it. I've not been able to say goodbye to anybody.
If you like, you can include it in the will that we're going to have written for you, a last message to your family. But I let you know now, if you try and give them a signal that you're alive, the Kurgans are going to look at that will as well. And if you think that your family can break the message, then the Kurgans almost certainly will. He's like just got this, you know, the head's hung a bit low and just very resigned sort of look about him. You make it to the starport. Have you got something arranged then? Is there an arrangement? Is there a ship ready to take him off world? Or? Yeah, I reckon it's the same ship I arrived on. I'm not the best pilot, but I have a
It'll be a
skilled
shuttlecraft.
pilot. Yeah.
It won't have warp technology.
No, but this is... if it's not got warp technology, does that mean that I'm fine to pilot it around?
You're not allowed to fly anything that could get you out of system, effectively.
Oh, right, fair enough then.
You can't fly a warp-capable ship.
Yeah.
Terrans are... It's illegal. I mean, you might.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's illegal.
Yeah, it would draw, and I feel like if you've got a warp technology ship, it would draw a lot of attention as well. So I even reckon when I arrived, I'd slipped over a few credits and actually had Rekvo as the name I gave when I landed in it. So him walking towards it won't raise any eyebrows.
Yeah, cool. And you've got all the papers to pass through and get onto the shuttle and all that kind of stuff anyway. So is this to rendezvous with another ship up in orbit then, basically, that'll take Rekvo off your hands?
Yeah, and possibly like it's a... Again, I wanted to use the word humanitarian. I need to figure out a word that means that, but...
Alientarian.
Yeah, Zenitarian aid.
Zenitarian, that'll do.
Yeah, a Zenitarian aid ship that sort of... it's here trading in what everyone knows is stolen medicines, but it's the only way that they can get their hands on some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And that's part of the cover because there's a surgeon on board that will be able to give Rekvo his new face. Yeah. And yeah, we're just get in the ship and fly towards it.
Okay, so you go to get in the ship and you go to take Rekvo off planet. And one thing stops you dead in your tracks. You see another... there are ships coming and going all the time. There are people passing through what loosely passes for customs.
Yeah.
Here on the Outer Worlds, and you see a familiar face, a very familiar face, coming through into the planet, and it's accompanied by several other people. It's a Navarian, and you know that this particular female Navarian is someone called Nixel Nadri. You and Nixel Nadri have crossed paths a number of times. You know that they work for Navarian Special Forces, and they are you are an active case file. You, as James Browning, under that pseudonym, are somebody that they are definitely looking for. They're here. They've obviously located you to this planet. Whether you want to do anything about it or not is entirely up to you, but they are here and they followed you this far.
Well, suddenly I'm glad I put the ship in Rekvo's name on the paperwork, but I'm just going to turn to Rekvo, and I'm just realising that for a spy I don't think I'm actually that good at lying to people, yeah.
You tend to rely on your psionics to do it, don't you?
Well, I was going to say, I'm still using friendship, so any tests I do are going to have advantage, but I can only do that to one person at a time, which does make... I'm just going to say, right, there are things on this ship that we need to grab, and then we're moving to another one. If you need any medical aid, just grab it here, and I'm going to open a hidden panel that is definitely a sort of smuggler's one, and behind it there's a couple of guns, and I'm going to grab a fold-away shotgun, because whilst I was after this guy, I was going as non-lethal as possible, but I know if things go sideways from here on out, it might not be as good.
Nixil hasn't seen you.
Yeah.
You happen to sort of seen a face in the crowd. There are 2 or 3 other Navarian who are making it very obvious that they're not all a party and they're not all together and they're not queuing together. And they all look civilian at the moment. They're not wearing sort of, anything particularly militaristic or anything like that, but...
Yeah, no, and it's the... Now that I've spotted them, it might be that they were setting up a trap, or it might be that they've already set up a trap and are getting back into position. So I'm not trusting that this ship hasn't already been blown. But would I know what sort... trying to work out how difficult it would be in-game to hijack a ship. And I feel
difficult.
I was going to say, even for a shuttle... okay. No, I'm going to have to stick with this one because I don't
there were other characters potentially going to be members of your team with really, really high-tech skills and stuff that can do all that. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
He's
none of
over
them
there.
do.
Yeah.
Well,
You do.
Yeah, I do.
he does. But when I was going through the talent
You're not
seeker
bad at
guide,
it.
no, I'm not bad. But yeah, a +4 in computers and mystification.
The only problem with it
good.
is it's not something you'd have to do at the ship.
Yeah.
It's something you'd have to do in the sort of, the patrol offices that are coordinating landings and takings off. You'd have to get in there and fiddle with the registry if you wanted to try and make it look really, really authentic.
So what I'm going to do then is, I'm just going to have to openly admit it and say, change of plan. I've seen a bounty hunter and he knows me, but I don't think they'll have put anything tracking on your ship because they're planning on getting you here.
Oh, Jesus. He goes to sort of reach for his gun.
And I'm going to let him actually reach for it because I'm just going
He's
to
looking around now.
just say, don't worry, we're going to walk over to your ship. I'm going to pilot us out of here. I can get a message to the people not to blow us out of the air.
I'm just going to give him a cool roll. See how he gets on.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, he's, I think, sweating. Another thing where there's all these different
He's a
things.
little bit obvious.
Yeah, it's like, but that's fine. Him being obvious can be part of my cover because anytime we're getting near to any of the people, I'm going to be essentially bouncing blind spot between the different ones because it only lasts for. It's not like proper invisibility. No, it is like invisibility, but it only lasts one turn.
To be fair, this is a busy starport.
Yeah.
Ships can land directly on the planet here, so you could just go for a straight sprint for it and go to his ship.
No, we're going to walk. It doesn't matter that he's being kind of obvious because I'm going to have my I'm just going to have my psionic ability ready to go, my actual spell equivalent, because if we encounter more than 2 of them at once, then there's not really much I could have done either way.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just going to.
So what's the game plan?
I tell him, take a breath. Don't worry, I'm with you, and I am used to using this as I just hold the shotgun. It's still in its folded up position, but it's the point of it is it's.
And you're going to sort of make a walk towards this other ship. Okay. You're obviously not going to deliberately. You're going to try and casually avoid walking straight past where the Navari are coming in through customs. Nadri is through, and she's sort of now hanging around, trying not to make it look obvious that she's waiting for the rest of her crew. Yeah. In fact, she's probably going to wander over to a cafe or something like that and go and sort of sit down and be busy pretending not to be looking around, looking for things.
I really struggle not to send a bragging message if I have any way of getting one to her. No, it's best not to. Not yet, anyway.
You will have to pass fairly close to the customs gate, though, to get to his ship, so you might want to try using your praxis again. Yeah,
like I say, I'm going to be using blind spot on whatever the nearest Navarian is, but there are. Hang on, let me just see, because they're quite long descriptions for the spell equivalents in this. I think I know which one I'm going to go for. Now, are the Navarians immune to the charmed condition? Do you know?
I don't think so.
I don't think they are. I think it's something that any of the races has to specifically take. It's just if they were immune to it, it makes my ability completely useless in this.
I don't think so.
Then I'm going to be essentially be ready if I can. If things start to go wrong with one, I'm going to be monitoring open comms channels because I don't think they're going to be using too high technology in this sort of area.
Right. So you can monitor comms channels. The other thing you can do is look around.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to look around...
Oh, I'm definitely looking around. I was just thinking of the sci-fi stuff I could be doing as well.
So,
I'm not going to be looking at my phone.
It's really just a perception check, to be honest. Straight up perception check.
Ooh.
Right, okay.
You've got comms. You can speak to one another. So straight away, Moonpie's kind of whoa over the thing as the rush of air hits you as you drop out of the plane. In about 10 seconds, your grav gear is going to kick in, and you will obviously slow down before you hit the floor.
Okay, and I can see I'd like to get a sense for want to land, really, right next to the biggest building we've got, so we can sweep it.
So once you get within...
So I'll call Vipers in to, rendezvous down it.
Yeah, so
Big
they'll
building
kind
on
of stay
left,
with
you know.
you. You're all in a clump, and you can see. So you can see the layout start to come out behind you.
Yep.
There are a couple of... So some of the buildings are quite ruined. The roofs have been staved in. These look like fairly flat roof structures.
Yep.
No more than about 3 stories high, even the big one, even the tallest ones. Some of them look like sort of apartment blocks maybe, but no more than about 3 stories high. You can certainly, as you get closer, you get more and more control over your grav gear. But it only has very limited use, so effectively it's useless. Once you hit the floor, there's no more charging.
We're running.
But you can basically store it. So
this, I'd like the 6 of us to be landing next to the big building.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
And then what we're going to do is our usual sweep, which is I'm sending family Ron Moon. Ron Moon, isn't it? So Ron Moon.
Moon Pie.
I'm going to put something at Moon Pie. Is probably the way to go. So Moon Pie, the usual. Now, what Moon Pie
all the
has?
rollerball fans. No, you got that one.
No, it's whether you as the games master allows this idea. So Moon Pie is a bastard Terran, right?
He is indeed.
He has got.
It says so
I'd
on
like
the
him
sheet
to
right
have some kind of augmented eye technology going on. What it allows him to do.
Is it like a really big eye?
No, I'd say it's not that obvious because otherwise I'm not sure if it would be allowed.
Yeah.
But what it provides some level of.
It might give him different types of vision.
Exactly right. So what it helps him do is find caches quickly. Right.
Okay.
It's not like this like mega thing, but thermal you can turn on. Right. That's useful. And then some sense of.
Well,
maybe thermal's enough.
why don't you roll inspection for Ron Moon Pie?
Has he got
Quickly.
15, 16, 17, 18. But he's probably got a better thing than me, though, isn't he? So
I
he should
will
be
give
shit
him.
up.
I will give him. So you did it anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But he's kind of like, I think we should check that one over there, boss.
With you, Moon
and
Pie.
he
With
points,
Fang Me goes with him. They go in pairs.
Yeah.
So what we tend to do as a 6, our general game plan is often start off in pairs. Obviously, gives us a better sense of.
And she's like, don't leave me behind, Moon Pie. And she goes off behind him and she sort of sprints off carrying her shock spear.
Meanwhile,
and the 2 of them make a run for this
we've
this
only
main
got our
building.
spears at the minute, of course.
Yeah,
haven't we?
so
we've got
everybody else has.
And let's see if we've got other opportunities for stuff to look nearby. Then I'll team up with.
Now, just to explain, obviously, in true Hunger Games fashion, everybody else can see what's going on with all of the teams all of the time. But you can't.
Have they got access to our comms? I'm assuming not.
No, of course they haven't.
No. Well, they might have hacked it, but I think that in itself would question like you could cheat that way, couldn't you?
The other
Someone
thing
could
you've got to
bring
find,
comms
of course,
back
in
to
each
me,
location.
is the gem. How big are the gems? That big?
A bit bigger than that, but yeah, there's the ones that I've got.
Any way that my eyepiece
Not like soap
could...
bags that you...
So how can Moon Pie's stuff help him locate one of those, I wonder?
Oh, well.
That would be classed as cheating a little bit, but
It was.
maybe he can, we'll see. So then off in our pairs, so myself and Thorny.
You're paired up, are you?
I'm with Thorny. For
Okay,
now, in
yeah.
2s. We're not going too far. We keep a certain, I don't know, 100-foot radius.
And where are we going, boss?
So we're going to head towards that building. I don't know what else is nearby.
Yeah,
The
well,
next
so
one.
you
we sweep the buildings.
Yeah,
really.
absolutely. There's like small little shopping arcade, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Would have been an old shopping
We're all on
arcade or
comms,
something.
so what we're going to do is we're going to sweep quickly and then pull back.
So basically, as I was saying before, every 20 minutes, I'm
Yeah.
going to let you check for caches, basically. So this is your first 20-minute section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to
So you
find
get
some
like
weapons.
three every hour. You get
Yeah.
3 opportunities, and I'm assuming that you've split up. You're doing all the right things. All
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
and what we tend to do, which is why we're successful, we're extremely quick at the dash and find. Right,
Yeah.
there's
So
no point trying to defend at this
You
point.
effectively
We just
get
find.
3 rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah. You'll roll on inspection,
yeah,
and that's for your 3 groups of 2. Yeah, because you've sent everybody off in groups of 2, haven't you?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll let you have 3 rolls. Yeah.
got
1
you.
for each group of 2 that's looking.
Okay,
So,
cool.
and I want to know about 17s or better.
And we're rolling on my inspection.
We are for now. So let's
So
have a
plus
look.
some 3.
Yes, it
17.
is. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm letting you get there.
No,
No, it
it's
isn't.
not.
By the way, if you get 1s and 12s, I need to know.
Yes,
about that
it
as well.
certainly is.
Yeah,
20.
that,
Ooh, that's a big
very good. Okay.
That was me. I'd like to know.
oh,
That was Moon
oh,
Pie.
yeah,
we'll give that
yeah.
to Moon. Let's give that to Moon Pie.
Okay.
That was
Moon Pie the Bastard
Yeah.
rolls really, really well.
He's a lucky bastard as well.
Yeah. You can now. this obviously changes the bell curve a little bit. I've got 12 things here, but do you want to roll 2d6 or do you want to roll 1d12? To find out what you found?
1d12.
Okay.
Let's keep it more totally random. 6.
Ooh, 6. Okay. So you get right. You get a message comes up. Hey, boss, we found the mother lode over here. We got a whole stash of grenades.
Oh.
You find. Roll me. Roll me a d12.
2.
Ooh, you find 2. 2 frag grenades. They do 5d6 damage.
Okay, that's the kind of mystic.
If the target makes a DC 16 save, so 16 or better, and that's on Dex, they take half damage, and that's a blast radius, obviously. It's not really within a radius.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So you find 2 hand grenades, basically.
Okay. Could I have found 12 there? If I just found 2. Sort of...
Yeah. Don't worry. Arse. That's the way battle royales go, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Played Fortnite, haven't you?
Yeah.
No, it's PUBG. It says showing his knowledge. Look at me. I know nothing. Absolutely nothing. So you have now 2 extra frag grenades.
Okay. Was that
So far?
I had 2 finds though, didn't I? By the group.
Yeah. Roll your d12. Sorry, you're quite right. Yes, you did.
7.
Ooh, 7. Let's have a look. And you get another call from your other, who was in your other group?
Lumpy and Mystic.
Right. So Mystic comes on the line, and you roll and say, "Oh man, we found." And roll me a d6, please.
5.
Ooh. He says we've got shotguns for the all of us, man.
Oh, 5 shotguns.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. That's up my street.
Ooh, and roll another d6. I just realised all the rules that I've written down here.
2.
They all have 2 shots each.
The shotguns?
Yeah, they have 2 shots each. So you've basically got double barrel shotguns
With 2 shots.
with 2 shots.
Okay, right.
Oh, do you want to know how much damage they do?
Yeah, why not?
2d8, and it's only close range.
Okay, right, rendezvous. So rendezvous back to our point. And what we do is we're going to divide up Mystic, grenades.
Right,
Explosives,
okay.
right? So
Right.
give those, and
You're
the
going
rest
to
of
make a
us.
little note of that then, and you give what to?
Yeah,
So
we've
we've
got
got
it.
Mystic.
Actually. So Mystic will take
Grenades.
grenades. We've got that, and then shotgun each. Not
Right.
Mystic because
Yeah,
they've got
you've
grenades.
almost got enough shotguns. You got 5.
Yeah, so
So that's
everyone
not-
has a shotgun apart from Mystic.
Okay,
So,
so Mystic
so
has
everyone's
the
got
shotgun,
something to do.
yeah.
But Mystic's an explosive expert, so we've given this to the person who's going to deploy it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
the most successful.
Yeah.
So,
Perception. As
far as you can see, everything's pretty clear. Your praxis, you're comfortable that your praxis is going to work. Your plan seems to be going according to plan.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yep. So you're going to be fairly close to the Navarian. Are you just going to see if you can blag it, or are you going to deliberately use your praxis now before anything happens?
I'm going to try and blag it because I don't know what sort of technology they have in place to. They know I'm psionic, so they probably
might have
have
dampeners
countermeasures
or
or
anything like that.
something.
I actually want you to make a mystification roll. So you're kind of, you're trying to sort of, it's not quite disguise, but you're certainly trying to sort of obfuscate the fact that you're wandering where you're wandering.
Yeah. Just walking as smoothly as possible. And I tell you
walk
what,
very smoothly.
I am rolling
Yeah.
rocks this entire time. That's 21.
All going really, really well. You're pretty much at the ship, and what you do see, just at the sort of last moment, you get into the ship, he's putting in the ID codes and what have you, door goes up. Just at that moment is when you notice the drone sitting above you, that seems to have locked onto your position now, and it's heading above you. You sort of look around and you can see Nadri suddenly pushes back the chair where she sat at the cafe and is starting to sprint as quickly as possible across the starport, heading towards this ship. You can act, you can get out of here if you want to and go for it.
I am going to hang on. So my spy trait is I've got a network of spies, so it's contact agents just throughout the known galaxy. So I imagine I sort of spoke with, when I arrived on planet, one of the border guards. As I was giving him the bribe, I was, using friendship to make him like me as much as possible. And so if I have a contact number for him, I'm going to send him a message that says a smuggler heading towards the space dock now stole goods from a supplier. Trouble may be inbound.
Right.
To essentially try and get security to tighten on people rushing through.
Okay.
And I'm just going to try and fly off as smoothly as possible.
Right. Okay. You guys get on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's a normal takeoff. There's nothing exciting you have to do. It doesn't really require a roll. You kind of get into the ship. You get onto the controls.
Yeah.
You start setting up the ship to go. The camera flips back to where Nadri is. Your associate on the security team, he wants over, excuse me, ma'am, you need to stop. And he puts his hands out. She grabs his hand, basically just flips him onto his back. And as she does so, parts of a suit that she cybernetically controls sort of pop off. And they kind of become a couple of combat drones. These things pull off sort of thigh pads as tied to her armour and start sort of heading towards your ship. You're taking off. Just make me a piloting roll, just for shiggles, basically. It's not like you need to crash and burn, but let's just make sure. So perfect. 16 with a +1, was that? So 17.
+2 total. So
+2, so 18. No trouble at all. The ship starts to pull away, and as you do, one of these little drone things that's come off her armour, it fires something at your ship. In true Star Wars fashion, we see a sort of homing device clamp itself onto this ship, and is of course flashing red.
Yeah,
that's what they do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Make them really obvious. So this thing has attached itself to the ship as you pull out and get out of near planet orbit.
Cool. So good team. I guess at this point.
It's like Mystic walks in, hey boss, do you want me to just use these one at a time, or do you want me to rig something with them? I can mix them up, I can take the metals out, I can make a bigger explosive, I can put a tripwire between them and stick them between two trees. What do you want me to do with these? Or do you want me to just vibe with it, man? Shall I just go with what I feel on the time?
Well, have you found anything useful, Mystic, in the houses maybe that could help to build this out into a further device?
He finds a bit of twine that he could make a tripwire with, something like that.
Well, we may want to build a trip, but right now we don't need a trip.
So we gather stuff.
Gather stuff ready for tripwires. But absolutely worst case, Mystic, deploy them when we see the enemy, right? In a way that's going to kill them.
Yep, you'll go with that.
Maximum death.
That's your first hour in this area. Now, what's also going to happen at the end of every hour, we're going to roll a D6, and they're going to release a noxious gas into one of the 6 areas on the island. So it happens to be the area that you're in. You need to get out of that area as quickly as possible. Okay. So if your group finds itself on either side of the gas, it might split your group and things like that. But you'll try not to have that happen, obviously.
I'm going to be keeping everyone in the sector as much as possible.
Okay. So do you want to roll the D6 for me at the end of our first hour?
Oh, it's in my area. Well, this has happened to us before, right?
There's like a sort of, there's like a big countdown as you come up to the hour.
Yeah.
You get like a 60-second countdown, and as it comes to the end of that, there's kind of like everything around you. There's like lights that you haven't noticed in the building suddenly start for flashing red and stuff. And you need to pick a direction, and you need to start going now. You know what?
Head into the volcano.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, sort of head out of this area and head for the middle.
That's where I wanted to go all along.
I want you,
on my way
personally.
Yeah.
I think now these are the slightly odd character sheets. We need to find where does stamina go on these blasted things?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Question mark. Interesting. I must have. If I still got points to spend, I wonder if I was debating stamina.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think so. 9 would be about right. So it looks to me like you spend.
But I've got 4.
So can you make me a stamina roll? See if you can run for long enough.
I can. 2
and you've been in 17.
No.
10. Oh,
14.
So you nearly get there. You're all getting quite winded.
Yeah.
You get into the. You can see.
Yeah.
You're getting towards the volcano. You've managed to beat the gas this far, but there's kind of this grey, greenish cloud of gas sort of building up behind you as you're moving out of the area. You've got, make me one last roll.
It's 2d12.
Yeah, let's just see. Oh, that's a bit more like it.
23.
So with a last gasp,
24.
you sort of make it coughing and spluttering out of the area.
Yeah.
You do take a little bit of damage off the gas, and you actually take 3 points of damage.
So vitality down.
Yeah. The others kind of make it across.
No defense against that.
Not really. You're not got any breathing here.
Do any of them have natural immunity? Any natural immunity for some of my team?
Not for something like that.
No, I
No,
guess
there are
it's
natural
designed.
immunities. And you make it towards the volcano.
Just thinking if we. Yeah.
Now, that was... the volcano itself
Yep.
is obviously not actually a live volcano.
Oh, okay. I was hoping there might be some knocking around to make it more dangerous.
No, dormant volcano. Now, you've got two options. You can either stick to the periphery of the volcano itself, or you could climb down into the caldera and see what's down there. It's not active, as I say. In terms of covering things around here, you only get very low, very small bushes, bits of grass, tall grasses. It's quite slippy. It's a bit uneven underfoot the further you go up.
So we're going to go for Vipers split. So we split into 2 teams of 3 now.
Okay.
And the plan here is quite simple, really. 3, so Moon Pie, Fang Me, and Mystic will go down into the dormant bit. They're on the hunt for caches again, right? Because that's where they're going to be if they're going to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going to scoot round bushes, and the point is to keep cover.
Right.
But what the volcano gives us, which is why we wanted it, it's got to be the highest place on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, gives you advantage.
In which case, it gives us advantage, but gives us vision. So we've got. Yeah. He says this confidently without being sure. One of us has very good eyesight. Now, worst case, it could be Moon Pie's ridiculous eye in a minute. But I've got probably better. We haven't got binoculars. I wonder if we've.
Not yet.
Are they banning all stuff like you can't sneak in like a little mini telescope or anything like that? No. All
Bad form. Bad form, Sky Beast.
Bad form, yeah. But someone tried to make me rig the game, so it's bad form all round, isn't it?
Yeah.
So no, he's not done that. He's good form, but they have got good eyesight, so they're just going to use it. And even with just human eyesight, right, at a vantage point, we might see some movement. 6K.
Yep. So you're going to do...
So I'd like to do a look at what the hell's going on the map, and then I'd like to have the other half of the team doing the...
Yeah. So I think alertness, really.
Yeah.
See what you can see. What do your alpha see? I'm also going to roll some alertness roll. Ooh, I've got a good alertness roll.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Right, nice. Yes. So, with a 19, and with my 19, you hear rather than see.
Oh.
You definitely hear the hum of a grav bike. And you see, just below where you are, you see 2 of the Leatherneck team, which are easy to spot because of the
Faraxes, yeah.
One of them's on the back of this thing, the other one's powering it along. They see you, they're throwing up dust behind this bike and everything.
They've seen us.
Oh yeah, because they got 19 as well. You basically spotted one another. So you sort of hear them, but they see you. But that's kind of why they've come round on the bike.
Okay.
And they kind of whoop and, throw up some form of very unpleasant sign at you guys. Whiz round, cause loads of dust. And sort of whiz off back the other way, no doubt, to go and meet up with the rest of the Fraxian team now that they know where you are, and try and come for you.
How far away? Give me a sense.
They're probably 40 metres, something like that. 40 metres, 45 metres.
Shooting is what I can't do. That's what I was hoping. I was thinking with a shotgun, I'm pretty scuffing here.
45 metres, I think you're going to be struggling.
To
do anything meaningful.
We're basically struggling here, full stop. So I think we're going to need to. Can we switch to the other 3 a minute in parallel what they're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to go? They can do a search roll.
They're searching down below with Moon Pies.
17 of it.
Boom. Totally fine. 20 or 24 or something. 7.
And roll this again.
5.
Marvellous. You get another call.
Range weapon.
Yeah, we've got range weapons, boss. It says we've got bows.
Ooh.
Bows and arrows.
Nice.
The compound bows, actually, when you find them.
And the arrows are clever arrows?
Yeah, you get, they're normal, everyday arrows. They do 1d8 damage, and you get 6 of them. and you get D6 bows.
Oh, right, everyone takes a bow. Right, excellent.
So you need to roll the D6 and see how many you get.
Oh, shit. Okay. 5.
5 again.
Okay, so we can give out 5 bows.
Weirdly, they probably have more effective range than your shotguns do.
Yeah.
Certainly in the game, anyway.
Who's not a fighter?
Well, they're all fighters.
No, I know, but the least fight. Who's not going to have a bow?
The least fightery of your people is probably Mystic.
But Mystic's already not having a shotgun.
Yeah. I get the impression that Moonpie would be quite happy with the dagger running up behind someone.
Well, I was thinking that. He might not need a bow and arrow if
he'll be going for the quiet.
So Moonpie's going to miss out on a bow.
Okay.
No bow. What he could have, though...
It's no problem, boss.
Well, can he take an arrow?
Can he take an arrow?
Because an arrow, well, as in...
Oh, I see what you mean as a stabbing weapon.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd
much
no
rather-
problem with that.
I'd have that than nothing, and he can just...
Legoland does it in Lord of the Rings, doesn't he?
He can just...
Yeah. And then like puts it in his
So
bow and
just
shoots
one
someone
arrow. It's a
else.
little bit of a rule bend, but let's go with it.
No, I'm up for
Uses
that.
a knife.
Absolutely.
He's a complete bastard. That's how he wants to assassinate someone with,
In the name.
with an arrow to the neck, right?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, it's a complete pass. Be more of an arrow to the knacker, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe, Bottom. It's horrible all round, really. It's a horrible character.
There's no good way to get stabbed with an arrow.
No,
really
really not. In the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sure thing that the Firaxi are going to try and come
They're
back and
coming
get
for
you.
me, yeah.
So, with what you've got...
We've got the height advantage, though, here, right?
Okay.
So they've got to come uphill, but they've got a bike. Right, they've got a bike, which means we could set
At
a
least
trip
one
wire.
bike.
Right. Vipers, Firaxi, spotted, coming for us. Mystic, lay tripwire.
Right.
We're going to tripwire, use one grenade for a tripwire for the bikes. We're going to see if we can trip on the
So,
bikes.
I'm going to roll for Moonpie to see if he can sort of work out what would be the best way for it. If a grab bite's going to come up here, if he can determine like which direction it's likely to come from.
We're only going to
and
waste
sort of
one
this.
grenade on this.
Okay,
So we can keep
right.
one.
Well, he does make a decent roll. He has to get 17. So you'd kind of agree with where he sets it up? And he kind of puts
Mystic
it
knows. I mean,
up.
he's the guru. Trust in him, right? I'm not
Yeah.
the explosive expert, and he's
So
going
he
to keep
sets that
one
up.
ready to roll.
I also did another roll then, and you actually get a call from Lumpy,
Yeah.
and he says, Buzz, I found one. And he kind of brings you in and he says, look, I found one. I found the
Very good.
thing, there was another thing, and he hands it over to you,
Well done, Lumpy.
and you have your first...
Pocket that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But let's get focused on killing these Firaxi.
Right. They're not stupid.
No.
So they are going to try and use the speed of their bikes. They've got 2 bikes, so there's 4 of them on the bikes, 2 driving, 2 ready
There's
to
four.
fight from
There's
the
4
back.
coming at us.
So there's 2 bikes,
2 bikes.
2 Firaxi on each
2
bike.
twos.
Yeah, and then
Question
there's
is where
2
the other
other
2?
Firaxi around somewhere.
But we're going to see them coming because they're coming up a volcano.
Absolutely.
With
Right.
So are they are going to get bowed if they come
So,
anywhere up there.
Tell me if this sounds fair.
Yeah.
I reckon the Mystic rolled well enough that he's picked a good place for that grenade to be.
Yeah.
There's a really good chance that those bikes are going to come where he's going to come.
Yeah.
However, it's a fixed obstacle, and there's nothing that actually says they absolutely have to drive past it. So, how about you roll a d6?
Yeah.
Because it's a good roll, 4 to 6. I beg your pardon, 3 to 6 is they run over it,
Yeah.
and on a 1 or 2 they don't.
Okay.
Does that seem-
Should we roll it twice for each bike because they might take different routes?
Yeah, go on then.
Which
Yeah,
is
I'll give
kind
you
of
that.
good for us both
Yeah,
in a different
okay.
way, the story in a different
Yeah.
way, really. So
So
bike
3 to 6, they hit it,
yeah.
and then
1, 2,
so
they don't.
1, 2, they don't.
And they're both going to go down. So bike 1's on it going first, one route.
And
So
then we'll
they're
roll the
not. I
damage.
guess they're not kind of doing that. They've kind of
They'd be
one's
close
ahead
enough,
of the
though,
other.
yeah.
The
But it
other
might
one's,
be that if it goes off with
Yeah,
the
it
first
might-
bite, the second bite cops
maybe
it.
the second one's decided to take a. So first bike's exploded, but the second one. Oh yeah, he was stupid enough to be right up his.
Right, so he's behind him.
He's right
so
behind
you
him.
get to roll, was it 5d6?
Wowzers!
And
Wow.
I think they
Trip
only
wires
have
at
2.
four.
They only have armor value of 2. So you roll 5d6 damage.
Wow, getting out more d6.
They do get a dex save, however,
Come
which
on,
I'll
the
let them
d6.
have.
Okay. 11, 14, 18.
18. Oh, and they roll really, really badly on the dex save, so they take 18 points of damage. They only take 2 off that, which is 16.
Jeez, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage. So, and can you roll for the second bike?
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of ones No, not quite so good this time.
13.
So we've got 13, so 16, 13, still pretty good. So we've got that, and we've got that. Yeah. So they kind of hit, there's just explosions, they all go up. Your team kind of give a big whoop. The two bikes come to a juddering halt in both cases. The first bike really cops for it.
Yeah.
The driver kind of slumps to one side over the controls of the bike, and the bike kind of and goes off down a hillside and starts clattering off down the hillside. The second bike takes big damage and comes to a halt, and the grav goes off on it, and it kind of ditches itself. The two fracks do manage to roll off, but they are in the open, and you can take a shot at them.
Distance-wise, we're talking bow, aren't we?
Probably bow shot.
Bow shot, yeah.
I would think.
So
unless you want to try and close. You can have a free attack. If you don't take the free attack, I'm going to make you roll initiative for the next go.
Free attack is 3 of our troops on bows, really.
Fair
I
enough.
think. Getting
Okay,
ready
so
for
do you
that.
want to roll for 3? I'll let you use your stats.
Yeah, so we'll go three with bows.
Okay. So it's your combativity.
I think I want to
and it
shot
would
shots,
be
yeah.
your kinetics, basically, for this. Oh my word, he rolls a 12.
26.
So 26, good lord.
Wow, we are good with
And that's a
bows.
12. Right. So it's effectively a critical hit.
Headshot.
So roll your damage and double it.
Damage
with that particular shot.
was, 1d... Was it? No. For the 1d8.
For the bows, 1d8. So roll a d8 and double it.
D8.
No, 4.
4.
Okay. So you hit them. It's a very definite hit. It's not a killing shot, but it certainly wounds them. So it's not a headshot or anything like that.
So
But
that's
they've
one of
now
them.
got that's hit. You've got 2 more shots.
And do I roll these
Yep,
again?
so you're rolling those again. That's a miss. So that was a 7. And so that's 19 with a plus
22.
4. 22. So roll your damage again. So you actually go. So weirdly, you do
Oh,
more
so it's
damage
fine.
with the shot that wasn't
Perfect
thing.
shot.
I'm going to say that you hit the same for Axie with that shot.
So easy.
So the first one kind of like gets them through and as he's whirling around, the next one gets him through the neck.
Yeah.
And he goes down. So you can see one for Axie. You ditch 2 off the first bike.
Does the Fraxi have any weapons?
Are you going to go and search him?
Don't know. I'm just more visually. I'm just thinking. If you see
they
one
seem
of
to be
them
brandishing something.
Brandishing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just getting a sense for it. Just
Yeah.
trying to figure out if we should make a dash for his stuff.
Absolutely.
Hand to hand or whether.
As you do that,
Yeah.
you need to make an initiative roll.
Ooh.
So-
Don't know what mine is.
Okay, so it's basically 2d12 plus your dexterity bonus.
Okay.
Usually it'll be written down. You haven't got it written down on there. So
12.
So yeah, 12. Okay, so that's for your ins. And I'm going to roll for them. Oh, okay, so they are going to go first. So you are going to go and explore.
This is just one for Axie then, right?
Yeah. Well, the Fraxi that you can see, yeah,
Yeah,
that's going to go first.
Yeah, there's the ones that we know are alive
Well,
somewhere
I'll
lower
let me
down.
roll for them. Oh, actually, they don't roll. What did you roll?
12.
Yeah.
The guys whose bike went rolling down the hill, what's my judgment call on them? Are they
Oh, they're probably out of this fight, if not dead.
Right,
But
yeah,
they're
fine,
probably not
yeah.
getting up at the moment.
They're not the immediate present day.
Definitely not.
Yeah, yeah,
and there'd
fine.
be some way down the hill because they've just seen their bike go end over. And
Not the priority
Yeah.
at the minute. Let's focus on downing
in
his
fact,
Fraxi.
roll me a 1d6 again. On a 1 to 3, they go into the poisoned area
Oh yeah, of course.
as they career off down the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
oh
in
my
that case-
god! So the last thing you see of them is the whole bike just disappears into the.
They're gone. I'll write them
gassy
off.
cloud.
We can't mull over those kind of
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
Crack on.
That can get you out of here.
I'm just trying to think if. Ooh, actually, one of the things I have is an encoder, meaning I can send coded messages. I am going to send a encoded message to my contact on the medical ship, asking him to meet us in space, and we're actually going to do. I was going to say Evo. What am I thinking, Max?
So what's this?
Where you actually leave the ship and go for a walk.
Yeah, I want an EVA.
EVA,
Yeah,
thank
EVA,
you. I was
yeah.
one letter off.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we're going to EVA over, and I'm going to message that over to him, and then just grab, if there's paper, or if there's not paper, I'm going to grab a touchscreen and just write a message on there and hold it up to the Recvo, saying we're going to have a fake argument now, and I want
We
you
don't have to
to.
have a fake one. I'm quite happy to argue with you.
And I just write on it.
He's got his voice back now.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, write down. Don't mention that you're putting on an EVA suit. This is part of your. This is part of faking your death.
He nods.
Yeah. And I'm just like, look, I need to get the price
He looks
set
at you a
for
bit.
you. You
Yeah.
need to. If we're gonna do this, if I'm going to get you to the Kurgan, I need to make that profit, and it doesn't matter to me if you're actually dead for this. And we're suiting up, and I'm going to program into the computer a new autopilot course to just once this is done, float us into the nearby star.
Okay.
I'm going to hope that Rekvo starts getting more aggressive with me.
So the ship that he's like, what are you doing to my ship?
Look, I'm programming in the
This is my ship.
Kurgan
This is my
home.
livelihood. You can't do that. What do you think you're doing?
I'm going to pull out the shotgun, actually unfold it, which I imagine has a very distinct noise. I'm going to say,
As the servos one.
yeah. Listen, I was just saying what I needed to say to get you off that planet. Frankly, now we're out here, no one's going to care that I'm going.
Oh God! Don't kill me!
And I'm going
No!
to, if he doesn't stop me, I'm going to take his gun from his holster and just fire a couple of shots into the floor and go, you son of a bit, and then fire mine as well. And then I just...
I think we'll have, from both of you, another mystification. What have we got? Performance.
I don't know. I don't think there's a...
Dancing, slice around, that kind of stuff, isn't it? That's what. No, I
Yeah.
think another mystification roll.
Yeah, I was
is
going to say
required.
this... Because I was looking at all the will ones.
Oh, he's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I know it's amazing
am.
how often dancing nearly comes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like... I do remember seeing it in the book and I was like...
Well, they want us to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, this is mystification because I'm not as good at dancing.
Yeah.
Um,
But you rolled really well.
yeah.
It's fine. It's all very convincing. It all sounds like a real argument. We hear this sort of like go into things. You fire it harmlessly into bits of the ship.
Yeah.
And
I'm just going to, if that's something that translates, hold
Yeah,
my
he's
to my
like,
lips.
whack.
And then, I quickly write, shut up, don't say a single word now. And it's like, you stupid son of a bitch. And I'm going to start venting the oxygen from the ship. I'm just going to be, I can't believe you breached the hull. Oh, fuck. Can't believe I go like
Look at
this.
this acting.
Well, I've rolled well on my
You're
mystification.
nearly at your other ship,
Yeah,
by the way.
and I'm going to let the oxygen vent and just go, fucking hell, I can't make it.
So is
And
the
then I'm going to
idea-
fire the shotgun again in
Right.
case there is anything on the tracking device that can pick up sound. I'm having it do that,
Right.
and then I'm going to have this ship fly into the nearest star.
So you're
as if
basically just
it's-
going to jettison both of you out and get picked up in a minute. By
Yeah.
yeah.
in an attempt to not get
Okay.
caught. And
So you push, you get out to the airlock and everything.
yeah,
Rekvo goes out, you
Yeah.
go, and he goes, but he's trying to be quiet. You kind of see what he's trying
yeah.
to do.
Once we're in a vacuum, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of dive yourself off out of the ship, and as you go,
Yeah,
the psychic tsunami from the explosion at Kiki's ship catches up with this part of space and washes over you. And as you jump out of the ship, you basically just go into a whiteout, and everything just dissolves into a white, high contrast background kind of thing.
yeah. For a moment, not in space, still in the spacesuit, but it's all white instead of
Yeah,
all black.
absolutely. I just see stars. It's that kind of stuff. And you white out. And we leave it at that point. Okay, so the guy left standing, he's going to go first.
Yeah.
Let's see what weapon he actually picks up. And he got, oh god, right. He's got a submachine gun.
Ooh.
So he is going to target. He can see all of you. No, can see three of you,
I
can't
see
he?
three went for the shot. See the three
Right.
in cover at the minute.
Once two, it's you. Who else is up?
Fangme and Thorny.
Right.
Yeah.
Fang me. 5. So it's Thorny Thurson gets.
He's got his thorns out, so
It's-
hopefully that helps
yeah,
him a little bit.
Absolutely.
Sort of deflecting
Well,
the
let's see
punch.
if they actually hit him.
No.
They only targeted him, so we have to hit him. Oh, no, they don't. So there is a blast of machine gun fire, and it hits the ground around you. Bits of stuff come down.
Yeah.
You know,
Awesome.
the things are all blown up off the floor, but he doesn't actually hit you. You 3 can now go. So do you
Right,
go first?
so
You can only see one Fraxi.
We've got one Fraxi down. The other 2 I know are out of the fight. We've got 2 somewhere, but we can't.
Somewhere.
They're not in range. So for
Well,
now,
you don't know where they are at the moment.
no. So, but we can. I've got one in sight that's a bow distance. Not going to use a shotgun on it. We don't want to approach. So I think again it's 3 bows, pull, go. There's no.
Okay.
There's no obvious cover
Go
other
for
than
it.
the bike, right?
Yep.
They
Yeah,
can
there
go
is the
for.
bike. Yeah,
But at the minute he's not there. He's not in
hiding
cover.
behind the bike.
So
He's
we're going
shooting
to
with a
pull
machine
three arrows and go again.
gun. First one is a miss. That's an 8. The second one is a miss.
Is it? What do I have to hit 15 or something?
16 really. So you've only got 4 off your combativity, so you're at 13 now. You missed with the second one. That's possibly
Hit.
more like it. That's a hit.
Yeah.
So that's
18,
19.
19. Yeah.
So
Phew.
you roll your d8 damage.
I could do a bit of luck here.
Yeah.
6.
Ooh, 6.
Not
It's a
bad.
good hit. It's certainly a good hit for a bow. He's definitely hurt. He's definitely hurt. So it takes this thing into the chest.
Any visual on weaponry he's carrying?
Right.
That's that machine
He's
gun.
got the machine gun. You get comms
What do I do about
from
that?
your other 3,
Yeah.
and they are taking fire. You can hear machine gun fire behind you. It's probably the other 2 Fraxi, is your guess. And the guys are kind of yelling down the comms at you. Well, we're taking fire. We're down here in the caldera.
Okay. They've got shotguns actually. I have 2 of them.
Let's see how the firefight goes. Yeah, nobody's rolling very well. That's an 11, that's a 7, and that's a 9. Okay, so nothing's really happening, but there's lots of gunfire and shooting going off. You hear when the shotguns go off, somebody's trying to shoot
Oh really?
a
One of my
shotgun.
guys fired shotguns.
yeah.
Right. Okay. We
Yeah.
haven't got many shots. Hold.
Yeah. That's all very well to you to say we're being shot
Yeah.
at. It's like, right, what do you want to do? This guy's still up in front of you. He will get to take another shot. He's definitely badly damaged, but he's still in the fight.
Shots before ours.
He is indeed. So, yeah, I'm just going to take the shots. You're not
Take the shot. Well, no, I'm just thinking one of my 3 might go and help the others out actually.
Okay.
So I might
Let's see if
lose.
he hits. He doesn't actually hit, so I'm not going to roll for who he shoots at
Okay.
because he misses yet again. He's an appalling user of a submachine gun. It's clearly not his first choice as a gun.
So I'm going to take a bit of a chance there. That Fang, can I?
So fine. Sorry, I'm just working out how many shots he's got left. He's already fired half his ammo.
Fang Me is gone to help the others. So
Right.
Because now the reason for that, as I'm assuming, that would give me an advantage because we're at height. There might be she might be able to get a stealthy shot in, right?
Okay.
Which is unnoticed. Meanwhile, I'm just going to leave me and Thorny to take a bow shot.
Okay.
So
Right. Do
in
it.
fact, arrow-wise, so what we've done before, we've shot off
How
a
many
couple
have
of
we got
arrows. Well, per bow, I'm just thinking we've just had 2 shots so far.
So you've got
these-
4 on each bow left.
on those ones, but on the
Yeah.
3 bow, yeah. And now we're taking a couple of shots again. Oh dear.
I don't know,
15, 12, 16.
17 or better.
No.
Oh dear.
My boys have both missed.
Oh,
it's
no.
gone wrong.
So that's your bit of the fight. Let's see if Fang's mine. Okay. So you don't know what goes on, but there's still shooting coming from behind you. So you're guessing whatever it is that's gone on has not gone particularly brilliantly.
Okay.
We go round again on the wheel. Our friend in front of you, he misses again. And at the end of that
Useless as
round
we
of
are.
fire, he kind of...
Oh, he's out of bullets.
And he's kind of looking at you, and he's now guns out. Yeah.
You know what's coming. Well, let's save the arrows. So actually, Skull is going to go for not quite a signature move because we're not at
Yeah,
building
you're not
high.
high enough, but you could go
you
for a
know,
dive.
it can be a dive charge with the claws.
I like it. I will give you an attack with an advantage
Yeah.
for your height attack and pulling your signature move.
It's pulling its natural
You
weapons.
can hear the guys, you
full
know,
on.
over doing all the commentary on this. Oh, and Skybeast pulls a signature move.
Claws down, and he goes, and he absolutely smashes into the 23.
He absolutely does. you will do. So what's it's natural damage, isn't it?
I don't
so
want my D6, my
we need to actually look that up, which I'm not going to do now because that's really boring. So I'm just going to say that it's a
For now.
D6. Sounds about right for a natural clause.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. It feels like it should be as bad as an arrow, which is a D8.
I'll let you have the D8 because you are coming down
At power and speed.
So I'll let you have a D8. Have I still got my D8? There you go.
Yeah, I should add one of those to my collection for 5.
I've just got another one. I don't have to keep stealing yours.
5.
5 points will do it. So, what would you like to describe the manner of the Phyrexian's death?
Yeah, so he wasn't expecting it, but Skull's literally just charging down the hill, and it's one of those kind of leap, claw first, and just
You and the Black Panther, huh?
impales. But it is quite Black Panther-esque, actually.
Yeah.
That is how I sort of... I know he's not quite as delicate as a Black Panther,
Yeah.
but it's that with like massive claws and hands, and they're
Right.
just straight in, really.
Yeah.
A bit like he's trying to do like a Bruce Lee
Is it
kind
more
of crazy punch.
Is it more
but
of a
with claws.
Wolverine thing that's snicked?
Yeah, I suppose it is, but you know, they don't retract, they're just in, bang,
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the chest.
Yeah. So there's a
Twist. Twist.
Phyrexian
Ow.
kind of hanging off
Right.
you. For that second, he's sort of there, and then you let go, and he
Yeah.
just crumples
And at
on
that
the floor.
point, then it's a quick skim of the area. I'll take the gun, even though there's no bullets, because we might find bullets.
Mhm.
So we'll take those for now. Flap
Yep.
that over my shoulder.
Absolutely.
And then look for the other Phyrexian, because who you killed, and grab his gun as well. So
Absolutely, you can grab his gun.
Sweep of
So
loot.
that is it. You won't be able to go back up to the crater at this point.
Fine.
You've done everything you can do between the two of you. I'll kind of say that was it Moonpie was still with you?
No,
He was with you. Thorny was with you.
Thorny's
wasn't
with
he?
me.
Thorny's with you. He's like, I got the gun. I got the 9mm. And he grabs the submachine gun.
Roger.
Oh my goodness me! Everybody's doing some shocking rolls in that caldera, and that's another shocking roll. Dear Lord!
Do they need Skull Sky Beast to descend from a height?
By the time you get there,
yeah.
everybody's run out of ammo on everything, and they're just all trying to beat each other to death with the butts of guns and shock spears. And it's now there's just a massive melee going on in the middle of this caldera.
This is exactly what I need, though. This is where Skull's at his
I
most
need to roll
dangerous.
initiative for our other two Phyrexian friends.
I'm quite hard to kill with bare hands, so...
That's not bad. They got 17.
Yeah, they're quite good melee fighters, I'm assuming.
Phyrexians.
But probably no
Damn
better
straight.
than, I'm guessing, than a Kurgan, though, right?
No, I mean, you know, we've picked the races here deliberately. These are all the kind of
This is
people
a-
that would be mixing it up if it really came
It's
to
a big
it.
brawl, right?
You wonder how the Terrans stayed in the war, you know, when they've got all these things that they were fighting for 10 years, but they did. So there you go.
Technology, though, isn't it?
Well, that was it, wasn't it?
Moonpie's eye, who knows how that's helping him down there.
Absolutely.
We might have some other tricks up his sleeve.
It's not going well for your side. At the moment, you
Okay.
two need to get in there and turn the balance. So you're on a 12 though, aren't you? Whereas they're on 17, so they're actually going to get. Let's see who they pick because you're all there. So, Mystic. Okay. Oh God, dearie me, my dice are atrocious. So Mystic kind of stands up, and it's kind of like there's a Phyrexian in front of him, and he wasn't expecting it, kind of thing. They've managed to sort of break out of the battle. This big maul that's going on in the middle of the caldera, and then he kind of sees it and it's there and it's an open shot, and the Phyrexian comes to get him, completely whiffs it as he tries to get him with a shock spear. So Mystic kind of grabs the end of the shock spear, not the shocky bit, he lets that go past, and he's got enough wherewithal to kind of grab the other half of the spear. So he's kind of as the least fighty of your fighters, he's holding on to the spear to stop the Phyrexian from kind of taking it back and trying to stab him again.
Yeah.
So they're both kind of fighting over the spear. You see that on their side? Oh, right. And as he does that, the other Phyrexian sees that he's occupied, and makes to do a thrust him. Oh, Lord above. They're fighting, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of just that moment in the battle where you can see it all clearly, and the other Phyrexian turns around with his spear, sees that Mystic's occupied, and just Mystic's.
Now, does Mystic have a chance before he potentially dies to remember he's holding an explosive? He's the kind of character who will pull the pin if he thinks he's going down and take others with him.
I'm going to do.
He's a pin puller.
You do for me. Make a stamina check for him. If he succeeds on a stamina check,
should we just give him the same stats as me?
I want 17 or better. He has the wherewithal to kind of go. Ping, and pull the pin. Now
not
he kind of goes for it, but all there's just a spear in his chest, and he looks. And like the last thing he does is kind of look around at you, and then
it would make a great film scene.
Yeah,
you know,
it would.
And yeah,
Absolutely.
it would have been too easy, wouldn't it? So,
Yeah,
on we
absolutely.
battle.
So you lose one of your guys.
Mystic is down.
Absolutely, Mystic is out.
Now,
it's your go.
Have height, and we have weapons still with ammo.
You do. Now, just before you pull the trigger on the submachine gun that you do have on,
Yeah.
whether you're going to do it or Thorny's going to do it.
Thorny's got it. Yeah, with the
Thorny's got
bullets.
it.
Yeah.
The way that they do it in this game, it works as a kind of cone. It's like a spray. So if you fire this thing on fully automatic, anything within that cone has potential to get hit.
So we know that, so we're not going to use that yet.
I'm just
but
saying.
we've still got arrows.
So just explain that.
And
to
I've
you.
got shotgun.
You
Shotgun's
will
too
be firing
difficult.
into a mixed melee though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, so the other thing I've
Don't
got
miss.
is it is signature time, signature move time.
Oh, well.
So it's time for Sky Beast.
Yeah, you've always got one mind on the TV cameras.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know,
Well, this is the moonshot. This is where you literally he's gonna do the dive.
this
down.
is the absolute from the top of the caldera.
And really, just anything like that shape and weight hitting is going to hurt. But that
You can
full
attack
on
with advantage,
is
especially because the Fraxi are kind of distracted in the sense that they're both focused on this fight. With
Does that give me any
Mystic.
advantage?
I will let you attack with advantage.
Right. Okay.
So you get to roll 3 d12, take the best 2.
Oh, yeah, wicked.
And he rolls a 1, so you won't be taking that one, I'm sure.
15,
So 15,
19.
19, so it hits. So you
Good
do
enough.
hit one of the Fraxi.
We're saying D8 for now. Are those still?
Go on, you can go. Well, d8 and double it.
Okay. 10.
10 points of damage. It's a killing blow.
Yeah.
So what happens?
Right. So yeah, descending down, and now he's holding his. They've got these things holding out, haven't they? So he's quite exposed. So it really is landing in. I've tried to take his head off, but not managed it quite.
Ooh,
but it is
okay.
literally a landing straight, bringing his head down and
Right.
into the neck. So
As
there's blood everywhere.
Right,
Not quite
and it's
managed
that.
to
It's kind of you
decapitate
do
him.
it, and you kind of.
Oof, yeah, bashing
And
him
as you
down.
kind of you kill him, and you go for the roar of battle. Yeah.
Blood on the hands.
This is what I'm here for. And as you do that,
You're supposed to
This-
terrify the other one, is
yeah,
the idea.
the psychic wave from the explosion on Kiki's ship sweeps over the area where you are, and as you lean back to get at all of this,
Blood dripping.
it just wipes out, and you're suddenly not in the battle anymore, and everything just goes white, and you fade away, and all the noises of battle and the fight around you, and poor Mystic, and all the rest of it fade out of existence around you, and the whole screen goes to white out at that point. And we're left to wonder what has happened. You will have to tune in next time, ladies and gentlemen, and find out what happens to Skull Skybeast. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave comments below. I hope you're enjoying the system. I hope we're managing to entertain you. If there's anything we're not doing that you would like, please let us know, and we'll try to see what we can do to improve what we're doing. But thank you for now, and thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ross. Really
Yeah,
enjoyed that.
thank you very much.
Right.
That was good fun.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.